Peace, and many blessings, everyone. Back in time with yet another most pristine, fine, and definitely most sincere and genuine new video. Hank or Henry here, Brother Henry or Hank Soul Conscious, number 4400. I can't stay on long. I'm just here to do this brief test live stream. This is, I believe, approximately Gender War Solutions, Volume 3, Parts 2 to 3. This is continuing where I left off on my last live stream, where we were discussing about the single parenthood epidemic in America and what some of the causes were. We spoke about how in previous generations, when our parents and grandparents were coming up, um, they normally were, even if they weren't married, or they would make sure they were in a monogamous relationship or at least living together, or they had some other type of arrangements. They didn't just arbitrarily go and have children out of wedlock without having some type of plan or working together. And we were discussing how nowadays that's just not the case. We talked about how some of the solutions, like if you're not using condoms, you should try some type of birth control. Maybe have your girlfriend take the pill. There's places that you can go to nowadays with that our parents and grandparents didn't have. They have all kind of programs where sometimes you can even get birth control for your partner for free. Even if say if you don't want the child, if you have the child out of wedlock and you don't want to keep the child, you don't have to necessarily abort the child. You could give the child up for adoption, maybe hire a relative or somebody to care for the child, or a nanny or something like that. But the problem is part of the problem is we're not being educated correctly in our communities about that. This epidemic, and I'm not saying that this is the only part of the world. All the countries have, growing single parent epidemics too. But here in America, it's gotten much worse. When our great parents and grandparents were coming up 40s, 50s, 60s, you had a higher percentage of couples where there were children were being raised in a healthy two-parent environment. Now that's just not the case anymore. Part of it, of course, is because the divorce rates are higher. Unfortunately, people are just not staying married as long as they used to in some cases like that. Not to say that marriage is for everyone, because it's not, but that's a topic for another day of video. But another solution that we wanted to offer was that would be polygamy. Um, you know, I know that some people may be against it. I'm not. I'm not necessarily saying it's mandatory, but I think that as long as a man or woman, if they're mature enough and they respect each other and they can tolerate each other and they can work together as a team financially, me personally, as long as they respect each other and they don't neglect or abuse or mistreat each other, as long as you're honest and you respect your wives and your husbands, I don't necessarily, me myself, even though there are some people that disagree, but even though I happen to be a non denominational Christian, I believe in God. However, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with having more than one husband or wife. I know some people may disagree, but if you look back in ancient times, polygamy was the normal practice. Plenty of men and women had more than one partner or spouse. But nowadays, they want to act like they want to condemn that. And I think that that could be a solution, because back then it was easier to raise the children because, sometimes the women would pitch in as teams together. They would act as sister wives and help each other out. But in America today, you just don't have that in place anymore. The culture here is all backwards. It's not a culture that's conducive to encouraging people to build families collectively or anything like that. It's gotten very wild and crazy and chaotic. There's a lot of dysfunction and broken families. And then we wonder why society and our communities are so messed up. But it's very hypocritical, because on the one hand they keep preaching that, oh, in order to have healthy communities you need healthy families. But how are you going to do that if you're not doing what's right to promote healthy traditional or often mixed families to be healthy? You see what I'm saying? Is very hypocritical. It's like they're saying one thing on one hand, but they're doing the opposite. They're not providing the support for that, because anyone with common sense knows that the family is the basic building block of any community. How you can expect to have healthy communities without any healthy families? It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I'm gonna end there for now. Unfortunately, I gotta head to work. I'm doing this brief mini live or soul stream during part of my downtime at work. I'll catch you guys later in part 4. Peace, blessings, and love. Please sub for sub, subscribe, keep in touch, spread the word about my channels. If you want to sub for sub me, let me know. Any comments or questions, feel free, as long as they're mature, adult, and respectful. If you have any questions, you could email me or leave a comment. Anything you need to know about the channels, I will get back to you. Please click to share, hit the like button. I wish everyone a blessed rest of your spring and summer. Keep in touch, and I'll catch you guys on the fly in the next one. Peace, peace, peace.